everyone achieves cooking and travel adventures. We'll eat some food, visit great places, and we will share some recipes with you.
Well, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to do something quite simple. It's just your traditional chicken broth, loved by so many people. It's pretty much just a handful of ingredients, a little bit of time and effort, so let's get stuck into it. Okay guys, so this is pretty much what we're going to be needing. We've got some chicken here. I've just got some drumettes, some chicken ribs. I've got some chicken stock, a little bit of salt, pepper, some celery, 3 onions and 3 carrots. So let's get stuck into this and get it on its way. Alright, so first of all we're just going to put some boiling water in the pot. Get that going. And I'll turn that on. That's in. Okay, so there's our chicken. So let's just pop our chicken in there. We can put that plate in the sink. Okay, so the first step, pretty simple. Lid on top, bring that to the boil, and now we'll just start preparing our vegetables. Alright guys, so let's get this show on the road. I've prepared the celery. I've given them a wash. As wherever country you're watching this from, always highly recommended to wash your vegetables just in case, bit of dirt or whatever. Just a very good practice just to make sure that everything is nice and clean. And like I said, last thing you want is to be eating or so and having grit in your food. So pretty much all I'm doing at this stage is peeling these carrots. Get that out of the way. We'll get them done. If you hear a little bit of noise in the background, just got some tradesmen in today doing some work outdoors. So again, pretty much just top and tail. Get them out of the road. Quite simple. Again, being what it is, it's pretty rustic, so all we're going to do is pretty much rough cut, just dice. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit bigger, and if not, just a rough dice. Pretty much like that. Okay, into the bowl. Get this done. Excellent recipe for winter, as winter approaches here in my part of the world. Nice winter warmer. I don't know anyone who doesn't like a nice chicken broth. And medicinal purposes, it's an old wives' tale, grandma's wives' tale. If you're sick, they'd feed you chicken soup. So I don't know what that's all about, but I presume it's just because it's quite easy for you to digest. because I suppose when you're sick you're not going to be overly hungry, but nutritional wise it's good for you, so you can't go wrong. So pretty much that's our carrots. Same again with the celery. Now the celery I'm using everything, the leaves and the stalks, so don't waste food. Use everything you've got. Alright, in the bowl you go. That's out of the way. A little bit more. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, look at that, rough cut, quite simple. In the bowl, done. Now a lot of people ask and they say, how do you stop crying when peeling onions? Well, two main things that you're going to need. A is fresh onions. Don't go buying old onions. When you go and buy onions, feel them. Feel for that firmness. You can see the skin, not thick skins. Usually the skins tend to develop more as they sit there, so watch out for that. And the second main thing is to make sure that you've got a nice and sharp knife. So what you're actually doing is cutting the onions, not actually pressing down on the onions, because that's when the juices of the onions will come out. Sorry for that, guys, that's the tradies at work. But as you can hear, it's not a made-up kitchen. We're actually in a home, so that's what the show is all about, homemade food. And unfortunately with homemade food comes homemade noises, so but at least you know that it's for real. So anyway, that's pretty much it. And even then still, look, there's not 100% guarantee that you're not going to get the old onion cry, but your chances of it are better than none. Yes, there is things about putting them in water first or doing this and doing that. Not a big believer of stuffing around, just get the job done, and try not to blink much if you are copping a little bit of onion spray. But that's our onions done. Okay, that was quite simple. All right, just wash these hands. Now we'll move back over to the cooktop. Okay, so as you can see, that chicken is boiling away. All we do at this stage now is pretty much add our vegetables. Now I've got a bit of chicken stock, just to give it a little bit extra, not using much, probably got a tablespoon. I'll pop that in there. We will Put a little bit of salt in there. Oh, listen to those noises. And a little bit of black pepper. Now, let's just give this a stir. Really smelling nice. So all I'm going to do at this stage is actually pop in just a little bit more water. Perfect. So, pop the lid back on, bring that to the boil, and then just let it simmer for a couple of hours. And then what we'll do after a couple of hours, we'll take the chicken out, let it cool down, debone the chicken, get rid of the bones, and we can put the chicken back in and yeah, ready to serve. So it's pretty simple. So we'll see you back here in 2 hours time. All right, guys, so we've been well, it's been a few hours now, so we've just turned this off, and what I'm going to pretty much do now is just we'll grab all the chicken pieces. Oops. We'll take them out, let them cool down. As you can see, some of them have already broken down. But that's fine as long as we don't have any bones in our soup. And as you can see there, making a nice homemade bread. Got to have a nice homemade bread to go with your soup. Naturally, you're going to get some of the vegetables in here, no problem, because as you dissect the meat, you can just pop it all back in there and just get rid of the bones. I think we're pretty much got everything. Give it a flick around. Yep, done. Done. Okay, so for now, lid. Oh, smell is so nice. So pretty much that's what we've got, right? So all we've got to do now is dissect that and get rid of the bones. First, we need to just let that rest and let it cool, or else it's going to be too hot for your fingers. So we'll wait for that. So guys, we've done the chicken. It's all bones have been taken out. So all we're going to do now is pretty much place it all back in there. And give that a quick stir. And now I am going to dish this up. Now, in saying that, you could add some pasta to it if you like. You can make it go around a little bit more. Again, you know, that's something that's up to you. That's just another way of doing it. But like I said, today we're just making a straight out nice chicken vegetable broth. And that's pretty much it. I've tasted it. It's seasoned perfectly. Like I said, I did put salt and pepper in earlier. You cannot put salt until the end if you want, because it does reduce. But in saying that, I've done this so many times, I know where I'm at with it. But yeah, recommend it if you've never made a chicken broth before. Don't salt it till you're not far off from serving it, so you're not having a salted or undersalted soup. So the next best thing to do now is pretty much, I'm just going to make myself a quick bowl of it because I've got to. That is our dough. That's getting ready to go as part of tonight's dinner to go with this soup. And yep, let's do that. Let's make a bowl.